Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Unscaled Travel Show. I'm Jeremy Long, your host, here with my co-host and co-explorer, Amy.
Hello.
We are in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada, in the Diamondback Land Surveying Studios. And you know, speaking of Las Vegas, Vegas has a bit of a reputation problem right now. And it's not the one you might be thinking, right? Sin City will always be Sin City, but the city, its shows are still world-class. The city is still extraordinary. The food scene, I feel, has never been better. But the value proposition has gotten a little blurry, right? Resort fees, minimum bets that have tripled, $28 cocktails, $90 buffets. Yeah, needless to say, visitors from around the world have noticed. So much so that visitation has dropped nearly double digits in the past year or so, the steepest decline since the pandemic, and the steepest decline outside the pandemic since 1970. So today, we're doing something we think is long overdue. A full reset on how to actually do Vegas well. Not necessarily cheap, but smarter. We're going to break down where to spend, where to save, when to go, and what we think you can skip entirely. So this is something that's been in the news at least for the last year plus,
right?
Probably longer than that. Last year in 2025, Vegas visitation fell 7.5%, which equals about 3 million visitors.
I can see that. I feel like everybody is talking, especially influencers, saying how Vegas is dead. Nobody's going to Vegas. The tourism's down. Yes, tourism's down, as you just said. I don't think Vegas is dead. No. I don't think it's a city that will ever be dead because we have so many conventions here, sports, things that bring people into the city. But you have noticed it isn't as packed as it used to be. Certain times of the year more so than others, but just on a regular week in the year, it did feel a little less crowded than before.
And I think a lot of people are comparing it to the massive growth that we were having before the pandemic. Mm-hmm. I mean, double-digit years as far as year-over-year increases in tourism, where we were on pace to hit 60 million visitors a year before COVID kind of disrupted the world, right?
Yeah.
Now, it has gotten, like, the economy of it has gotten a little out of hand, so much so that even executives are coming out and saying, hey, we lost control of this narrative. And for greedy corporations to come out and say, we realize we're maybe pricing out a certain group is something in itself.
Well, it seemed like even outside of Vegas for a few years here, we recovered from COVID and then things just hit this steep incline in prices. Like it feels like across the country.
Yeah.
And everybody was blaming it on inflation and all this other stuff. And yes, that is the case. But as you just said, a little bit just corporate greed. Like we lost money because of this pandemic. How are we going to recoup it? And they just went overboard. Yeah. And as you said, now some of these corporate executives are coming out and like, okay, we went a little bit beyond what people are willing to pay. So now we need to reel it back in some.
Yeah. The core complaint from most people is the things that made Vegas approachable have all but disappeared, right? I mean, when we moved out here in 2014, blackjack tables, you could, in the mornings, I think before like 3:00 in the afternoon, you could sit down at a blackjack table and play $5 hands of blackjack.
Or even $3 at some of the,
some of the other properties that are off strip, $3. I mean, in the middle of the night, you could just put down whatever you want at some of these places. Now they routinely start at $20, $25, if not more. And that's starting bets. That'd be at 3 a.m. They are doing that kind of stuff.
And they wonder why tables are empty.
Yeah. Tables sit empty everywhere. Parking that used to be free isn't. And that was a few years ago now.
Yeah.
Locals were outraged.
Yes.
Because they were like, I mean, parking's always been free. It gets people in the casinos. Executives didn't want to hear it. When they got that new line item of money into their budgets, it's hard to give that up, right? Corporate greed. Greed is good, right? That's what all they were saying. And then these buffets that once defined the experience of Vegas. I think most people, especially our age, their parents and their grandparents, if they ever went to Vegas, you heard the extraordinary stories of the 99-cent shrimp cocktails and the $9.99 steak dinners and things like this that were regular and they were well done. And you could get them at any point at any restaurant in the city. Yeah. Now, yes, those days are long gone.
For sure.
If someone's offering you a 99 shrimp cocktail here in Vegas, please don't eat it.
Yeah.
Please don't do that.
You'll end up in the hospital.
So, but the argument that I have to make, the pushback here, is I still firmly believe that Vegas is one of the best entertainment values in the country if you know how to work it.
Yeah.
If you are not opposed to doing a little bit of research and a little bit of effort before you ever step foot in the city.
And I think you have to be willing to ask for a deal. Like you can't just assume that you're going to get a deal.
Yeah.
No, you have to look for it. And at times you have to just see when you check in, ask if there's an upgrade available, different things like that. I think people get embarrassed, but it's just part of reality now.
What's the thing we used to say with international travels and kind of different, not scams, but how a lot of people do business and the fact that they are counting on you to do social niceties.
Yes.
Where you feel almost ashamed or embarrassed to ask for help.
Exactly.
Hey, is there a way I can get this for a little bit cheaper? Hey, is there a way I can see this show at not full price or anything like that?
Yeah.
And we're going to talk a little bit about the lost art of the concierge, the lost art of the deal, basically.
Yes.
But here's what the industry, they're not going to tell you these things out loud, but I'll tell you this now because of what we're seeing in just everyday pricing, everyday advertisements here locally in the city, is that Vegas is competing harder for your business than ever before. Deals do exist. The free experiences actually are better, I think, than ever at any point in the city's history. The food scene has genuinely never been stronger in certain parts of the city.
Right.
But you have to be willing to be a little bit flexible.
Yes.
Flexible in not only your desire to stay on the strip 100% of the time, but also flexible in timing as far as like when your trip occurs. Look, if you want to come on 4th of July weekend in the middle of summer, middle of peak season, bro.
Yeah.
Don't be surprised. You can't go home and go, oh, it was so expensive. It's expensive anywhere.
It's like, I think everybody knows that Uber has flex pricing. Is that what they call it? But I feel like that sums up Vegas too. Like there are certain events happening in the city, whether it's a convention, it's a fight, it's a sporting event, that prices just surge. Oh, surge pricing. That's
surge
what it
pricing,
was.
yes.
So yes, you just kind of have to be aware of that and plan your trip accordingly. Like if you're wanting to be here for one of those major events, just know you're going to spend more money. There are ways to do it a little more economically, but you're probably not going to be staying on the strip.
You are talking about a city that has transformed since 2017 to now, less than a decade later, into a major sports hub. To go on top of the world-class entertainment and everything else. Formula One. WrestleMania is coming back for the second year in a row. They never do that. The NFL, the WNBA, Major League Baseball will be here soon.
Yeah.
Every major sports category, and they are counting on filling up the calendar and keeping you, and not to mention even the conventions.
Yes.
Huge conventions. CES, NAB. Name all the letters in the alphabet. They got a convention for it, right? And it's all designed to raise those prices up. But you got to do a little research. We hope we're going to help you out. We know we will. Keep it right here. It's the Unscaled Travel Show. We're going to get to the heart of this. Get you some deals. Save you some money. So you can turn around and give it to me. Right? We'll be right back.
Unscaled Travel Show is brought to you by Diamondback Land Surveying. For all your land surveying needs, contact Diamondback Land Surveying at 702-823-DBLS.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Unscaled Travel Show. Jeremy Long here with my co-host and co-explorer, Amy.
Hello.
Check us out online, unscaledtravelshow.com. Check out our YouTube channel. It's growing. People finally checking it out. They're writing in going, what is this?
It's very different from our radio show.
You guys were talking about petrified national forests, and now, like, what is murder on the train? Anyway, it's really interesting. Go check it out. You can find us there on Scale Travel Show too. But we're right now talking about the value dilemma that Vegas seems to be in right now, and really trying to help people out. There is an online magazine that I follow. It's really popular. I don't want to name it because it might just start a whole thing, right? But it seems like every week, and they're a major publication, but like every single week they put out some doom and gloom thing about Las Vegas. Mm-hmm. Oh, people ain't going there. People, right. Oh, if you do go there, you're spending way too much money. And then their recommendations for like where to go are always the most expensive places at the most expensive times. And I'm like, yeah, you're intentionally leading your readers down a path to spend more money and then writing follow-up stories going, oh, you guys are spending way too much money.
Our readers are upset that Vegas is so expensive.
Yeah, come on, man. We touched on a lot of things in our first segment, but we kind of glossed over the resort fees and how big of an issue this really became. It was a firestorm here local. If you don't like paying for them and you're a tourist to Vegas, believe when we first heard about it on the news here and all the resorts started falling in line because they're like that, there was a lot of heck going on here. I don't want to say the other words, but a lot of people were really upset.
Yes.
And that we pushed back, and locals were furious about this because a lot of locals, and people would probably sit there and say, well, why do you care? A lot of locals work for the casinos. Mm-hmm. They knew it was going to drive down visitors.
Yeah.
And that is ultimately going to lead to job loss, revenue loss. What are the corporations? They don't keep people on because they like them.
Right.
They're going to start cutting jobs. And that's exactly what they started doing. And the unions were upset. The people that work there were upset, and rightly so.
So how do you avoid a resort fee? I think that's the question people have.
Excuse me. You have to find, it's like anything else. You have to find the right deal. Mm-hmm. Last fall, I am on Fontainebleau's marketing newsletter. Mm-hmm. I got an email almost once a week saying, if you are staying at least 2 nights at our property, we're waiving all resort fees.
Okay.
I started getting these from almost every property on the Strip. But you have to be willing to, number one, here's a good piece of advice. Even if you don't plan to gamble, even if you don't do any of that, go to these companies' websites before you get to Vegas and sign up for a rewards card.
Oh, yeah.
Sign up to be on their mailing list if you don't want a rewards card, because they are aggressively marketing. They will send you deals all the time. Some of these deals will be packages. Mm-hmm. Like you can go, even on everyone's favorite place right now is Costco. Costco has a whole travel division, right? Believe it or not. You can pick up 5 gallons of mayonnaise and plan a trip to Rome. But they have deals to Vegas right now. I look up their website right now. They got deals to different resorts that have $100 food and beverage credits,
okay.
$200 food and beverage credits. Yeah. They are actively trying to get you back in, but you have to be willing to do a little bit of the legwork too. They're not just going to walk to your house and be like, here's free stuff.
Right. Well, I remember when we first moved here and we did get some of the players' cards at a few different properties, and we instantly started getting things in the mail like, oh, here's a $10 coupon to use next month at this property. Or you would go to the casino and you would put your card in the machine and it would tell you what current deals were available to you because you had a rewards card. So I think that's a really good point, that even if you're not a gambler, it's not just for gambling rewards. It's other rewards too. And some of the properties, if you eat on site, you earn more rewards because the money spent on property is a spend. It's not just how much money you gambled.
Yeah, they give you points for eating on property, for going to the spa, for going to movies, all kinds of stuff. So it is worth noting that. And food is a very big thing for people. Obviously, they got to eat when they're here in the city. Restaurants on the Strip can be insanely expensive. But look, if you're going to Joel Robuchon, you're going to spend money.
You know you're spending money.
Do that one night. If you're here for 4 or 5 nights, do that for one night. Have that one night where you dress up and you go and do. All the other times, look, you got to, again, flexible is the key word here, right? So it's not about cheap food. It's about spending money where that actually earns its keep. The 3 rules you really want to live by is if you want to try a new place, you've heard about it, and all the buzz on TikTok and everything else, the lunch menus are the same kitchen at a fraction of the dinner prices.
Right.
You can go to Hell's Kitchen at lunch and get some of the same foods, the same fare for half the price of the dinner menu.
Yep.
And that's not for that restaurant only. It's for a lot of these restaurants. You can have the experience that you want at lunchtime.
This is what we do. When we want to try a new restaurant in Vegas, we book a lunchtime reservation for the weekend and go try it out to make sure, A, it's worth it, and B, is it somewhere that we would want to come back to. I think the lunch menus, just anywhere you travel, is a really good reminder that you can get really good food usually they have pretty good lunch deals too. So you might even get to try a couple of things for what it would have cost you for one meal in the evening.
The other thing is, right with the lunch specials are the happy hours. People, maybe you don't recognize it because your hometown happy hours are usually like from 3 to 4 and it's 50 cents off a Bud Light or something like that. Happy hours on the Strip are a very real thing. There is a place, what is it called? Osteria. Osteria is in the Venetian. They have a famous happy hour because it runs from like 3 to 5:30, something like that. It has become a favorite stop off of people hitting Osteria for cheap foods. I'm talking burgers that start at like $9 and things like this, and sliders and different things. And then if they have an experience at the Sphere, it's right next door. You have dinner that's reasonably priced, and then you go to the Sphere. That is unreasonably priced.
Right.
So you mix the two experiences together for a night out doing something really fun that's not breaking your wallet every single night.
Well, and then some places they have the happy hour and then they have the late night hour too. So they want you to come back after you've gone and seen your show.
Hours,
yes. And it's like, midnight to 2 or something, and you're getting discounts on drinks and food.
Absolutely. And that's a really good point. If you're out late, if you're some of those young people that are out late, not me, I'm in bed, but the young people out late, you can get pizza slices at Secret Pizza in Cosmo for like $2.
Yeah.
Super late at night and everything. And that pizza only tastes good at 2 a.m. I'm going to guarantee that right there. And the other one is, we said it earlier, and I mean it, nothing against the Strip, but sometimes you got to leave the Strip to find some of the best foods.
Right.
And we'll hit on that when we come back, and we'll spread it out throughout the show because food is a major point for a lot of people when they visit the city. So keep it right here on Unskilled Travel Show. Be right back.
Unskilled Travel Show is brought to you by Diamondback Land Surveying. For all your land surveying needs, contact Diamondback Land Surveying at 702-823-DBLS.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Unskilled Travel Show. Look, all deep voiced over here. Sound like I got a deep voice. Anyway, I'm Jeremy Long here with my co-explorer, Amy.
Hello.
We're in Sin City, Las Vegas, talking about our little bit of a reputation problem going on. Everyone thinks that Vegas is dead. Vegas is not dead. In fact, we had the executive from MGM, I believe. He was I think he still is, MGM CEO, who came out and said, hey, shame on us. And it was about, I think last summer, it was a $26 bottle of water.
Yeah, yeah.
And he was like, how can we expect people to pay $29 for a room at Excalibur and then go downstairs and pay $12 for a coffee and then have for sale $26 bottles of water?
It's ridiculous.
It's insanity,
yeah.
Right? But the opposite of that, the pushback of that, the Wynn CEO 8 days later came out and said, you know what? Maybe Vegas isn't for the tight budgeted people.
Oh.
Two opposite ends of the spectrum happening there. It's not to really call out either man. It's to really show that even the business, even the industry is divided on what's going on.
Yeah.
Some people don't want to admit what's happening, and it won't until it starts affecting their money.
Right.
And that's the only time you see any real change anywhere.
I mean, I get that some businesses want to cater to a certain clientele, a higher paying
100%.
clientele, but they also have to realize that you start filtering out a majority of people. So your pool gets a lot smaller the more you charge for everything.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you can do that, but you're also competing with other people within a mile of your business wanting to do the same thing. So you can't all share the same people, the same attendees when there's only so many that can afford your hotel and your experience.
Yeah. And I think a major point that people don't realize is that the Strip is basically two owners. Mm-hmm. The MGM International Company and Caesars.
Yeah.
That they own most of the properties on the Strip, which you would think that's a monopoly, right? They should be broken up. Well, it hasn't happened yet. And then there are a few little owners like Boyd and Derek Stevens owns a lot of downtown and things like that. So when you only really have two companies, you can't tell me collusion isn't going on. This is getting me into some libelous
you're
stuff. It is
getting close to a line.
It is my own personal opinion that these companies may or may not be working together. They are. So Vegas, though, is not without its free attractions.
Yeah.
There are the famous things like the fountains at Bellagio. Anytime we go to the Strip, if we're in that area, we stop.
We do.
They have amazing shows set to these waterworks, these fountains here in front of the Bellagio, totally free. And they run every night.
Yeah. I mean, throughout the day, I think the fountains run every hour. And then once the evening starts.
Oh, there we go.
At a certain time, it's like every 30 minutes or something, or maybe even every 15 minutes during peak time. So they usually have more than one show running at a time. So if you watch the 7:00 show, the 7:30 show may be a different song, and you can stand out there for hours and just watch it. We've done it before.
You people watch and you watch the fountains and I mean, this, the lights is the architecture. The Strip is some of the best architecture.
Yeah.
I think in the world. Yes, it's not cathedrals built in the year 800. It's not that kind of architecture, but the neon and everything else. I mean, it's what you grew up watching, seeing on TV, seeing in movies. It's all right there in front of you. So to take a few moments to just, take in the scene and just walk the streets, it's something in and of itself. And then, we've had entire shows before talking about not only like the fountains, but the Bellagio Conservatory and botanical gardens inside that they change out with every season.
Yeah.
And they use millions of flowers every single season to create these wonderful scenes.
I love it.
That are just, I mean, I don't like the word, but they are breathtaking at points.
They really are beautiful. And it's something every time we're down there and it's a new season, we always stop in and see it.
Yeah.
Because they are usually just so stunning, and it's not something,
amazing.
Free, stunning things in Vegas are a little bit rare. Yes, there's free things to do, but something this beautiful, you would think they would be charging.
Don't give them the idea to charge.
Well, I don't think,
because they will.
I don't think that Win guy's listening to.
What are you talking about? We are number one on his playlist.
But saying that, even the lobby of the Wynn does have some beautiful decor in there.
Yes.
Those trees with all the lights hanging in them. So like just going from casino to casino and seeing how each one is decorated, that in itself isn't an activity. That's what a lot of people do during the day is you will walk from one casino to another and like, oh, how have they changed this? What's it look like in here now?
Yeah, because it's not just the themed casinos of the past.
Right.
You can still go to Excalibur and New York, and some of these, even Caesar's Palace. You can go there and it's themed up.
A little.
Does Caesar still live here? Oh, they've never heard that joke before. But most of these are billion-dollar properties. And so they've invested in the look and the feel of a once in a lifetime experience.
Right.
Because number one, they don't want you to leave the property.
No. And
so they've designed it in such a way.
A lot of them have art exhibits inside there.
Yeah. Galleries.
Exactly. Some have galleries that you do pay to go into, but a lot of them have brought in beautiful art or even pop art, modern art, and put exhibits around the property. When
Chihuly glass.
Exactly. But I was going to say, when Hard Rock was here before, they had all the really cool music exhibits, and I'm excited that they're coming back because that was one of my favorite
That's going to be
properties.
a really popular when it opens.
Yeah.
Because of the giant guitar they're building on the Strip. That's a tower that you can actually stay in, which is awesome. But for my money, one of the best experiences is especially in the summertime, like late fall, spring, and summertime, early fall. Sorry. Is the Fremont Street experience. It's not just the LED canopy that also does shows every single hour. They also do bands.
Right.
Free concerts by major bands on Fremont Street. They have, I think, 6 different stages now down there. And they'll have the nights where they have like the major well-known bands out on the Strip, or out on the Fremont Street, and it's totally free.
Yeah.
To get in, and it's amazing. I mean, that's what Vegas built its reputation on.
Exactly. Yeah.
And they kind of brought that back, and it's a lot of fun. And just you can go online, Fremont Street Experience, and check out the calendar.
Right.
Keep it right here.
Unskilled Travel Show is brought to you by Diamondback Land Surveying. For all your land surveying needs, contact Diamondback Land Surveying at 702-823-DBLS.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Unskilled Travel Show. Jeremy Long here with my co-explorer, Amy.
Hello.
I should call you Showgirl. Showgirl, Amy.
No.
No, not so much. We're in Sin City, Las Vegas in the Diamondback Land Surveying Studios. Trying to give you some good ideas to, beat the system. Play your cards right.
Yeah.
Save some money here in Vegas.
Get the most for your money.
Yeah, get the most. Because, if you're coming to Vegas, you just have to be prepared to spend a little bit of money. But it doesn't mean you have to drop it all and go, refinance your house and drop it again. That's a losing game. Because I think a lot of people have figured out, because they've lived it, but I think companies are finally catching up, that tastes are changing. People aren't gambling as much.
Right.
In fact, you and I we used to go down to the Strip or go to the locals casinos. I can't remember the last time I put money into a machine or did any kind of gambling.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a while. There has also been a significant change in the way that people consume alcohol. They're not doing it as much.
Absolutely.
Which every night, let me spoil the surprise for you. Every night on the Strip is $30 beer night.
Yeah.
So if you're not drinking anymore, that's good.
Yeah.
Because that'll save you a ton of money.
The average cocktail on the Strip is $24.
Yeah.
And for beer, really, the average price is $11 for a bottle of beer. You have 2 drinks, a cocktail and a beer, plus tip. You're at $50 right there.
Yeah.
Because they expect a tip, right?
And you take that same $50. If you don't do that, you go to a blackjack table, where the minimum is $25. That's 2 hands.
Right.
You lose right away. That's money gone.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of you are like us. You work too hard to waste your money like that. And that's what people started seeing. Like, it's a waste of money. I don't really like gambling all that much either. So whatever. I'm not trying to tell you don't visit the tables and don't have a drink with dinner or something like that. But there are different ways to kind of attack these problems, right? To save a little bit of money. And we were talking about free things in Vegas. A lot of people don't realize that a really popular spot is right across the highway from the Strip. It's called Area 15. And it has all of these immersive experiences inside the building. But it's actually free to go to Area 15. You have to go online and secure a general admission ticket to, reserve a time to go. But it's free to go in. You can go see all the stuff. But if you want to...
do the experience.
Yeah, if you want to go into Meow Wolf, which is it's an immersive kind of thing. to do that, you have to buy a ticket, but you can actually just go to Area 15 and they have bars, they have eateries, they have different things inside there too.
I didn't know that. I thought there was an entry fee to get in.
Yeah, no. I think there's a lot of misconception about it. So, that's one way to kind of check it out. But there are other things to me that are just kind of a waste of time that are free. But I'm like, if you've done them once, you don't necessarily need to do them again. And this one may be a little controversial because so many people love it. But like going down to the south end of the Strip and doing the Welcome to Vegas sign.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I mean, if you have time and you're just looking for something to do, sure.
There's
go past the Mandalay Bay.
People out there.
And dude, if you're here in August and you're standing out in the heat where there's no shade,
miserable.
That is going to be a miserable picture anyway.
Yeah.
So either do it first thing in the morning, in the evenings. They do them in the evenings, 24/7, I think.
But you know what I think is more impressive? The Welcome to Las Vegas sign on the north end of the Strip that's newer, the one that's by the Stratosphere. Well, the Strat now. Yeah. But the other fun thing is people bungee jump off the Strip. And if you're standing out there, or you and I were having dinner pretty close to there one night, and through the windows, we were watching the people bungee jump off the building.
You just saw someone, you were like, oh my God, that dude just jumped up. Oh,
I didn't realize. Yeah. That was fun entertainment for about an hour.
Yeah, because every like 10 minutes, you just saw someone.
You'd hear screaming and you look up.
What is this? There's also all kinds of day trips. And we've had extensive episodes where we've talked about the day trips that are either free or very low cost that you can do that are right close to the city, especially if you rent a car for a day or two.
Yeah.
Right. Right south, maybe 45 minutes of the Strip is Hoover Dam, which everyone loves. It's a modern marvel of engineering. West of the city, a few miles, is the Red Rock Canyon National Conservatory Loop, an area. So if you want to go hiking or do anything like that, or even just enjoy the 13-mile loop scenic drive, it's a couple of bucks to get in because it's like a state conservation area, right? And then north is one. We just did an episode a short time ago about the Valley of Fire, which is one of the most beautiful state parks in the United States.
It is beautiful.
Without question. Mount Charleston, people don't know. 30, 45 minutes north of the Strip, if you go up one of our highways here, you can go skiing.
Right.
You can go snowboarding.
It always blows people's mind when I tell them we have a ski resort here. They're like, what?
Yeah.
In Vegas?
People don't realize, where we live closer to the northwest side of the city, 20 minutes north, we can go skiing. 20 minutes south, we're on the Strip.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a crazy kind of.
I love it.
But I absolutely love it. And they don't realize that you can do it. And that Mount Charleston, but also a little bit further up is Lee Canyon, which also during wintertime, great skiing, great tubing. Like if you like to go inner tubing and go down the hills and stuff.
But even during the summer, they have all types of like hiking trails. I mean, you and I have gone up there and gone hiking before. It's a lodge, so there's things to do. If you like to get outdoors and see things, there's lots to do here. I would recommend not doing it in July and August because it's just so hot.
Yeah.
But
even the mountains,
it's cooler.
Usually 20, 30 degrees cooler.
Much cooler.
On different days. And so Mount Charleston, Lee Canyon, where there is this extensive hiking, it will actually feel a lot better if you have the time and you have, sometimes there are shuttles, there are different groups that are going, so you can kind of find your way, as far as that's concerned. But
right.
Yeah.
But I think if you want to stay maybe more in the city, there are places you can go away from the Strip that may feel like a little bit like a day trip. Like you can go to an area on the west side called Downtown Summerlin. It's an outdoor shopping center. There's stores, restaurants. It's right next to our baseball stadium, which sometimes has activities going on there if it's not a game. It's just a fun place to kind of walk around. They sometimes will have an ice skating rink out there too and a DJ. So, it feels a little bit like a day trip from the Strip, but it's free to walk around. You just, pay to eat if you want to hang out over there.
I would argue even like the Arts District.
Oh, yeah.
Which is just north. I mean, it's on the north end of the Strip. I mean, technically, but it's a great place to stop, see some art, obviously. Keep it right here.
Unskilled Travel Show is brought to you by Diamondback Land Surveying. For all your land surveying needs, contact Diamondback Land Surveying at 702-823-DBLS.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Unskilled Travel Show. Jeremy Long here with my co-explorer, Amy.
Hello.
We're in Las Vegas, Nevada, in the Diamondback Land Surveying Studios. You know, Vegas entertainment is where I feel a lot of people feel the price problem the most, and where the tools to fix it are most widely available and the least used. So we're going to aim at some of the systems and the timing to help you try to save some money, because this is the entertainment capital of the world. And it is, in less than 10 years, become a major sports hub and destination. So there are all kinds of things to do. But if you land in Vegas and like, hey, I'm going to go pick up some Formula One tickets now. Okay. All right, Mr. Richie Rich guy. Hey, you going to pick one up for me too, buddy? You know, over the last couple of years, we've hosted the Super Bowl. We've hosted Taylor Swift and name everything. All right.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. We've done it all. We have Formula One. We have 2 bouts of NASCAR every single year, the NFL, and on and on and on and on it goes. Right. So what do? What is some of the best ways to find tickets? Believe it or not, one of the most legitimate things that people don't understand about Vegas is that last minute can actually save you some money.
It can. Yeah.
Yeah. No, not to the premium events, but if you want to see shows on the Strip at a discount, oftentimes you can find last minute deals on tickets for a third of the price of tickets you will find online. So this is one strategy where if you want to see Absinthe or a lot of these really popular shows that are happening, waiting till the last minute can actually save you a bit of money.
I think this goes back to, though, you need to be a little bit flexible if this is going to be your strategy, because what happens is there are these ticket booths up and down the Strip, basically, that you can walk up to, and they're selling unsold tickets for things happening that night. So if you have a specific show in mind you want to see, they may already be sold out for that night. But if you have a couple of nights where you're open, you know, you just go check every day. Hey, do they have tickets for this? And you can get a really good discount. We've done the same thing with concerts that are coming here. Like we waited until the day of and then went on StubHub and these different sites and found people selling their tickets for $30 a seat. And they were pretty decent tickets, but they just needed to unload their tickets because I guess they were no longer able to attend. So if you have some flexibility, I think it's a good option.
It's almost like a less grimy version of scalping. You know, like nobody likes a scalper, but also at the same time, they want to fill these seats and they'd rather, I mean, there are tons of websites. You write it down. I mean, not if you're driving, but if you're in a place where you can, places like Vegas.com, Tix4.com, which is TIX4.com, and even Groupon. A lot of these places, I mean, let me pull it up right now, right? Vegas.com, looking at just the best deals of the week, which is right in the middle of their homepage, which is Vegas.com, obviously, right? The shows that pull up, Piano Man, if you like Elton John and Billy Joel, like tribute bands and things like that, $30. Variety shows, $30. I mean, a lot of these, if you, sorry, this one just popped up. If you like zombie burlesque, if you like the sensual look of zombies in lingerie.
I think what you're saying is these may not be the premium tickets, the premium shows on the Strip, but there are so many shows that I think people don't even realize. But there are premium tickets on here. You're just not getting, in my opinion, such a heavy discount for things at like the Sphere or a Cirque show. But you can get discounts through Vegas.com.
Yeah. And sometimes it's just all about timing. A lot of those shows, like you said, we've even been to major concerts. You mentioned that we've paid less than premium prices for a really great act. I think Metallica. Yeah. We went to Metallica at Legion Stadium.
And Garth Brooks, we got super cheap tickets for.
Super cheap, right there. But so that leads us kind of like to the Sphere, right? So we saw Metallica at Allegiant Stadium at a pretty subtracted their price, right?
Yeah.
Metallica just announced a new immersive show at the Sphere, following in a long line of, I think No Doubt is going on, Fish and the Backstreet Boys and all these people, Grateful Dead, all of these legendary bands, right? Have done their thing. Metallica's up next. That is not going to be a cheap experience.
No.
That is, I looked online just before we did this show.
Did you?
And some tickets were going for like $3,500.
Oh my goodness.
$4,000.
And that is before all their fees.
Yeah. That's before the fees.
Before the fees. Because right now they're doing, I think, Backstreet Boys, and they also are doing the Wizard of Oz movie, but it's like an AI experience or whatever, or anyway, those tickets say they're like $125, but once they add in all the fees, they're almost $200 a person.
Yeah. And that's why I really enjoy, and I wish they were a sponsor of the show, but Vegas.com, if you go and see their prices, and these are for, these different shows, it includes the taxes and fees up front. So you know exactly what you're paying, which I think a lot of people are actually moving that direction. We're tired of the fees and the hidden whatever, right? So Vegas.com, Groupon, where you can find, that's less show tickets and more like experiences. So if you want to take ATVs out to Valley of Fire, if you want to do horseback riding or helicopter rides on the Strip.
Yeah, that's Groupon.
Groupon still exists. So go out there and do those kind of things. One of the underrated things, and we mentioned this at the beginning of the show, is we've lost the art of the concierge. A lot of younger people don't know what a concierge is. And even if they do see that little man standing at the booth inside the hotel,
they don't know what he does.
They don't know what to even ask him, what their job is. But you've had extensive experiences with concierge because of what you do.
I do. Yeah. I think really it goes back to the don't be afraid to ask for things. If you go up to the concierge and you tell them, hey, we're really interested in seeing this concert or this show, can you help us get some tickets? The concierge at these hotels, that's their job, is to procure these experiences and tickets and help people get into different things. And a lot of times, if you're wanting to see something on the same property that you're staying at, you can get some pretty good discounts there too, because they want to reward you for staying on property. You stay on property, you spend more money with them. So they're going to give you a discount to keep you in the building. So go talk to the concierge. Even just say, hey, I'm looking for something to do tonight. What do you have available? And this person's whole job is to hook you up, basically.
Yeah, absolutely. And people have lost that.
Yes.
They don't know what that little guy is standing there at the booth for. And I think a lot of properties even kind of got away from that too, but they're still there. The properties, they know, right? And even, I want to kind of circle back, but even the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority, their website, visitlasvegas.com, they have a whole list of the deals and the places you can go. And these are all legitimate places, so you can feel safe and secure, knowing that wherever you go, you're going to be able to buy tickets, and not get scammed or anything like that. So timing, again, last minute can be beneficial to your wallet in the end.
Well, usually tickets for shows are going to be cheaper if you go during the middle of the week, like a Tuesday and Wednesday, as opposed to going on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah.
Absolutely. And then all the free music and all of that you can find online. You just, it takes just 10 minutes of a Google search. Planning ahead just a few minutes in advance can save you hundreds of dollars when it comes to entertainment here in Vegas. And these premium events like Formula One, the first year or two they did Formula One, which is a huge thing worldwide, there wasn't many discounts to be found. Now, entering these years, these middle years to this 10-year contract they have, they are sending out ticket packages left and right for not only locals, but for tours from around the world. Formula One, man. It's exciting, right? Yeah, it is. Heck yeah, it is. Race cars going in a loop. Keep it right here on Scale Travel Show.
Unskilled Travel Show is brought to you by Diamondback Land Surveying. For all your land surveying needs, contact Diamondback Land Surveying at 702-823-DBLS.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Unskilled Travel Show. It's Jeremy along here with my co-explorer, Amy.
Hello.
Check us out online, unscaledtravelshow.com. Vegas is not dead. I'm telling you right now, man. We're not. We're regrouping. No, man. There's still a lot of good deals to be found here, and you don't have to spend a ton of money when you come visit us just to have a good time and eat some world-class food, see some world-class entertainment, including our famous zombie burlesque. But I want to kind of circle back to the food options real quick, because I think we missed a couple of points as well. I think the single most useful piece of food advice for Las Vegas might be this. Get off the strip, 10 minutes away is a wonderful place called Chinatown. Chinatown offers some of the best ramen, Korean barbecue, Vietnamese, Japanese food at half of the price that you're going to find on the strip.
And this is not just like, oh, visitors go here. This is where locals go. Like, this is where when you want some really good food, you go down there. And they have everything. Everything from breakfast to sushi to dessert places. I mean, it's all there within just a couple of blocks. Yeah. Anything you can think of in that cuisine, you're going to find it there. And
it is a relatively safe area. The infrastructure has been invested in so much the last decade. The businesses and restaurants there are just world class, man. Yeah. And even if you want a fun time, there's a place called the Golden Tiki, which is a locals place that everyone loves. It's a tiki bar, right? They have live music and everything. If you're there on the weekends, definitely, go online and get a reservation to make sure you get a table and all of that. Yeah. But it's one of these areas that you just park the car or have the Uber drop you off, and you can walk from block to block to block and find some amazing food in a very underrated part of town. Right.
Well, I think you have a really good point here. If you are coming to Vegas and your budget is maybe a little bit tight, look off the strip. Look off the strip for places to stay. Look off the strip for places to eat. You can always take a car, an Uber, down to the strip and gamble and do whatever, and then go back to your hotel off the strip. Yeah. But we've said the phrase multiple times. There are things called locals casinos. These are hotels and casinos that are spread out around the city for those of us who actually live here and don't want to go down to the strip. Yes. You can stay at one of those. You can gamble in your own hotel, significantly less expensive.
And the slot machines are looser. The table games somehow are magically not going to rake you over the coals. I mean, there's the Durango Lodge, there's Red Rock Casino. These are still nice places. These are nice properties to go visit. And they come equipped with the bowling alleys and the movie theaters if you have kids with you. Yeah. And different, I think Red Rock Canyon is literally right down the street from the Red Rock Loop that we mentioned earlier. Yeah. So you can still get out and go have these experiences and all of that at half the price, or at least a fraction of the price
that you would on the part of Vegas that you wouldn't have seen.
And like you said, you can still Uber or take a taxi down to the strip if you want to go to M&M World or whatever it is you want to do down there, right?
Which falls in line with kind of the free things you can do. You're going to spend money on souvenirs, but it's free to walk around M&M World if you're looking for free things.
Absolutely. And there's one other place near, it's kind of off the strip. Oh, the point I wanted to make about the food, I forgot and I almost did it again. Over the last decade, Vegas has really invested, the properties have really invested in food halls. Food halls have been inserted in almost every upscale property around here. And this is, I mean, they're just different dining options. Yeah. And people pass them by because they're like, no, I came here to do like Gordon Ramsay's whatever, I'm like, Gordon has 25 different restaurant experiences
Strip.
on the strip. Okay. You ain't missing nothing.
I think people equate food halls, though, with like an old mall food court.
Yes.
And
yes.
even though it's similar in concept, it is not similar in feel.
It is not.
It's a totally different vibe.
Mm-hmm.
It is a place, too, where if you're with other people and you are not agreeing on what you want to eat, you can all get something different. You know, it's different. It is food court adjacent, I would say.
Yeah. But you can still find, it's almost upper scale.
Yes.
I mean, you're not going to have those cheap little nachos and things like that. But if the kids want a
It's
burger.
not a corn dog 7 and a Dairy Queen.
That is from the South. That is from the south part of the southernmost part of the United States. The very tip of it.
And nothing wrong against corn dog 7 and Dairy Queen. Love them both.
Please sponsor the show. But those tips, I think, to hammer home for people. If you can be flexible with your dates, if you're planning a trip out here, be as flexible as possible. Look for those dates that are, off. If you can come during the week, if you are off a few days from work or whatever, you can give it that. Or if you're in for a convention and you're tacking on a couple of days or something, you can find some better deals during the week, obviously, right? But then there are other things that your calendar needs to consider. It is a major sports and convention city. So if CES or Google Cloud are happening in the city, they take over a lot of the properties as far as rooms and everything else. And they sell out because people are coming from around the world to have these experiences. We've mentioned the Super Bowl. We mentioned UFC International Fight Week is in June every year. The NFL games in the fall. WrestleMania is hockey all year round.
There is a weekend, I think, in the fall where like 4 different major sporting events all happen on the same weekend, and it's impossible to
get. It's the Vegas sports weekend, and we have one of almost all the major sports playing on the same weekend, Saturday and Sunday. It's insanity, right? But my point from earlier is sign up for things. If you are planning a trip or you're thinking about planning a trip out here, go on their websites right now. I'm thinking about staying at the Cosmo. We'll go on the Cosmopolitan's website, sign up for their newsletter, sign up for their gaming thing. It doesn't mean you have to gamble, but you will enter your email and they will send you deals because they want your business. And if Vegas is hurting as bad as people think it's hurting, they are aggressively trying to get you to the property. And sometimes that includes dinner and drink packages, dinner and entertainment packages. A lot of places are getting food and beverage credits added to their resort. And if you book online, they're counting on you being lazy, right? See that little 1-800 number at the bottom where they want you to call and book your room? You can call, talk to a live person, and you can whittle the price down a little bit. Yeah. If you kind of hem and haw about it, like, oh, I don't know, that might be a little too expensive. These people have the authority to
give you discounts,
give you a discount, lower your room rate, waive a resort fee, get you tickets to something to get you on property.
Do you remember the first time we came to Vegas? And I think this is still the case, but we booked our room and then a week later we just happened to get back online and the room was showing for cheaper. We called back and we were like, hey, we booked our room at this price. It's now like $50 a night cheaper. And they changed our room rate for us.
They matched it. They did the room, our price match.
Yeah.
Guarantee. I don't know who that is. Expedia, maybe the Priceline. Somebody does that. So but you have to actually talk to a person.
Exactly.
And I think that's where a lot of people fall short. We've entered an age where nobody wants to talk. And look, that little agent, that little AI agentic agent on there, that little chat thing, that it's not a real person.
No, it can't authorize any
discounts. No, I want to talk to the lady that's from the South. Who's like, hi, how are you? You need a room for the night? Absolutely. Like, she's so sweet, she's going to give me free stuff. And also just getting around the city. There are still cheap ways, free ways to get around the city. The Art District and Fremont Street have a shuttle that goes around to all the popular stops down there. It is absolutely free. You just have to download the app to know when the bus is coming and where it is and all of that. And up and down the strip, there's the Deuce double-decker bus that is just a couple of bucks.
Yeah.
And I think the passes are good for all day, unlimited rides. And, instead of walking, once you're so tired of doing the walking,
Yes.
you can get from one end to the Strip very slowly, but free or cheap.
Yeah.
Right there with the Deuce.
And we have the monorail on
monorail.
both sides. On one side, it is free. It only goes about half the length of the Strip. On the opposite side, it's a couple of dollars a day, or you can get like a week pass, and it goes the full length, just about the full length of the Strip, down to all the way to the north end where Sahara is. So you can cover most of the Strip if you take the monorail.
So the point, I think, overall of the episode is start asking for things.
Yeah.
Ask for things because they are looking for your business. Talk to the concierge, talk to the friendly lady from the South on the 1-800 number to get you the best deals possible, and eat in off-peak times, right? Go to lunch instead of dinner. Skip dinner. Go gambling. Unscaled Travel Show. We'll see you guys next time.